This is Farage. We gotta do something about these banksters. I mean, these banksters, man, all over the world. We gotta do something about these banksters. They are out of control. Y'all know Nigel Farage down there in England, Britain. Nigel Farage, he's the guy who one of the main architects for getting Britain out of the EU, which I supported strongly. His bank account was frozen by his own bank. His banker said, "We are not allowing you to do business with us again. We don't like the way you think. We don't like your politics. You are not allowed to bank with us again." Now, banking is some serious business. Banksters they control a lot of your life. I mean, they can make or break you. They can destroy you. Banksters. I call them banksters because, when you do that to somebody because you don't like their politics, you're acting like a gangster. So I say, you're a banker, but no, you're a bankster. It's banker and gangster in one word. I mean, and they just did a number on Nigel Farage. I mean, and really, they're worse than a gangster. They did more damage to Nigel than a gangster would do if he was robbed in the middle of the night, had his throat slashed and his or his stomach slashed and had his wallet taken from him. That's less compared to what these banksters, and not just in Britain. I mean, in Canada, can you imagine these banksters? These banksters did in Canada froze the account of people who were fighting, rightfully so, for Canada's freedom, the trucker convoy. And these banksters, TD, RBC, CIBC, the Tangerine, they all froze. And these aren't rich people. These are poor people, poor working class truckers and their supporters, not rich people, poor people, small business owners just trying to make it, trying to work hard, had their bank account frozen, couldn't feed their family, couldn't buy anything. If you were hungry, starved, your bank account's frozen. You can't use it, can't use your card, credit card, debit card. That's what these banksters did. And these politicians are the slaves of banksters. These guys we gotta do something about them. We gotta do something about them. I mean, it is just a matter of time before these banksters start going after you and me. I mean, they're talking about a digital currency now. You could be banned from making purchases if you have the wrong viewpoint. I mean, it's just a matter of time before they forget about Nigel Farage. I mean, he's a fairly rich guy, I would assume. They're going to start going after poor people, and they already are. They already did in Canada. It'll be a worldwide thing. You could be a bum on the street. You could be a bum on the street, in a shelter, in a wherever. If you have a wrong point of view, you may not be allowed to go to the convenience store and buy a loaf of bread with the few coins that you collected begging off the street. And first of all, you probably wouldn't even be able to allow to use coins, because now they want to talk about digital currency and getting rid of paper money. They want to talk. I've been hearing it. And these things come from what you hear. And I mean, who would have ever imagined that nurses would lose their jobs because they didn't get vaccinated, and they still can't get their jobs back. Still can't. I mean, a bankster is willing to give a bank account to a child rapist, a filthy, horrible criminal probably slash the throat of an old person. He gets his bank account. He can use his money. But Nigel, who has wrong points of view, who the bank don't like, they will just get rid of his bank. I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Something is wrong. Something got to be done about these banksters. Something has to be done about these banksters. And I think something has to be done about these politicians who will allow these banksters to get away with what they're getting away with. I'm not calling for any violence now. But you see, globalism, this is the new world order now. I mean, all these politicians, all these big companies, all these celebrities, they all believe in the same thing. Left wing, globalism, new world order, wokeness, men can be women, men are allowed to go in the woman's bathroom, men can compete in women's sports. This is where the world has come to now. You can be forced to take any medication that the New World Order says you have to take. It doesn't matter if your body can't handle it. If it can't handle it, that's too damn bad for you. And the media won't talk about you if you die. No wonder people are so angry all over the world. No wonder crime is out of control. No wonder. I mean, this is what something has to be, but something has to be done about these banksters. And it's just a matter of time before it happens to you. So what can be done? Leave a suggestion in the comments section. But something got to be done about these banksters. This is